Right. The golfing class. I've messed up my Terminus videos. I'm behind on uploading stuff. God knows why I've allowed this to happen, but it's the school holidays now, so I'm going to sort that out tomorrow. And Terminus, the 8-minute Terminus diatribe, was episode. You don't care about this anyway. Look, the golfing class between Enlightenment and everything else is just unbelievable. And what makes it even more masterful is that it actually satisfactorily wraps up the whole Black Guardian nonsense, which is a miracle, given that, you know, there's no foundation. It was built on sand, wasn't it? I mean, it's a god awful setup all along. The Guardians are problematic in terms of Doctor Who lore beyond belief. There was a point where, you know, they're very interesting concept. You know, the sense of balance in the universe. But when balance extends to just one of them is good and understands that balance is important, and the other one just wants to wreck everything, that's not balance, is it? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So screw all that. But no, I mean, the end, weirdly, that end coming together at the end and that sort of Turlo having to make a decision was a really satisfying way to end Enlightenment, which is bizarre. And it kind of lent it, not that it needed it, but it kind of lends it a sort of grandiosity that it probably benefited from, because it does feel like a big thing. This eternal thing, I mean, they're magnificent. I don't know if there's much legs in them, to be perfectly frank. They've never come back, obviously. We'll see what Neil Patrick Harris is when Tennant comes back soon. Yay! But fundamentally,
I quite like the ending.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit twee as well.
Yeah.
Like good and dark have to coexist. And
but
Enlightenment is the choice.
I don't think the Guardians should feel like that, though. I think they should feel a lot more interesting than that.
Yeah, they seem quite one-dimensional.
Yeah. And
I don't think they're cool.
I think they can be one-dimensional, but not if the one-dimensional is the white one wants everything to carry on and the black one wants to wreck everything. If the black one's got such a death wish, do you know what I mean? Why follow that? It's just nothing about the Guardians makes sense, and I think they can be ciphers, but they need to be representing something more interesting. I think what was really telling about one of the indicators of how classy this is the bit where Stryker sort of starts opining to Tegan, and Tegan goes, "Wait, are you saying you're in love?" And he goes, "Love? I want existence." And that, I mean, for a start, mentioning love in Doctor Who is fraught with difficulty, especially in the classic series, because, you know, love's too real a thing to have in Doctor Who back at this period, really. But to undercut that, like to go to that level, then undercut it, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. A great performance from Mariner, don't you think?
Very good.
Really good performance. A lot of tension in that role. I'm really impressed with that. I don't know who that guy is. We'll have to look him up. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think this is one of the finest examples of where Davison's Doctor shines the best. And I think if you had a Baker in this, it would overbalance the programme. I don't see which Baker story is what's the word, corollary? I don't know that word. But I don't see where you can make that comparison. And Pertwee doesn't have the chops and whatever. Let's not be mean. Sorry, Pertwee. So yeah, that's absolutely magnificent. Listen, I'm proper excited though, because we've got the next story. I'll tell you the story about my viewing of the next story and my incomprehension that I've only seen it once, which doesn't make sense, but I'll tell you about that next time. But then after that, it's the 5 Doctors, and we're going to watch it all together as a family. And I don't even know if the kids have seen the 5 Doctors. I'd be amazed if they haven't seen the 5 Doctors, but they're a bit older and wise now. Well, everybody's seen the 5 Doctors, so yeah, and it's everybody's favourite Doctor Who story in secret, isn't it? That's my take on the 5 Doctors. So next story aside, but it's only 2 parts. We'll see what happens. Whatever. We've got the 5 Doctors coming up, and there will be a third through Davison. Sorry, 2/3 through Davison.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Not when we spent like half of our life watching Tom Baker.
Exactly. Just the rate of change in this programme after Baker just gets ludicrous. And frustrating. It feels like Baker's finally found his footing. Oh well, not to worry.